Hi students, welcome back to Google Classroom of Sri Gokulam Public School, Guruvayur. I hope all of you are fine and safe at your home. In the last two sessions, we discussed the first section of this chapter, that is History of Trade and Commerce. I hope you have understood how the trade has evolved in our country and how we reach into the present Indian economic system. Today, we will start the most important part of this chapter, that is nature and concept of business. In fact, from this topic onwards, we will enter into the real subject of business studies. The word business is very familiar in your day-to-day life, right? Do you know from where the term business is derived? The term business is derived from the word busy. Thus, business means being busy. How can we define the term business? Business refers to an occupation in which people regularly engage in activities related to purchase, production, and or sale of goods and services with a view to earning profits. From this definition, we can understand business is regular in nature, and it is mainly related to purchase, production and or sale of goods and services. And the main motive of running business is to earn profit. Every human being is engaged in one activity or the other. It may be preparing food, reading books, working in a factory, playing football and so on. But why individuals engage themselves in one activity or the other? You will find that by doing such activities, they are trying to satisfy some of their needs or wants. All these activities differ among each other in terms of the purpose for which they are undertaken and the end result. For example, let us take the activity of preparing food. One prepared by a mother at home for her family and the other by a cook in a hotel. In the first case, the purpose is to feed the family members without any expectation of monetary return. While in the second case, cooking food is a part of his job so as to earn money in terms of salary or wage. So, the end result in the first case is self-satisfaction and looking after the family. While in the second case, it is earning money for livelihood. From this, we can understand the human activities that are undertaken with the objective to earn money or livelihood are called economic activities. Whereas human activities are performed out of love, sympathy, sentiment, etc. are called non-economic activity. Now, let's do an activity. Here, you have to identify the statements whether it is economic activity or non-economic activity. Here, the first statement is a person working in his own garden. This statement is related to non-economic activity. And the next one is a factory owner producing school bags for sale in the market. This statement is related to economic activity. And the next one is a chartered accountant preparing accounts of a firm. This statement is related to economic activity. And the next one is a teacher teaching her son at home. This statement is related to non-economic activity. I hope you have understood the difference between economic activity and non-economic activity. Then, do you know how business activity is different from other activities in society? So, it's very important to know the nature or characteristics of business. Now, let's discuss about the main characteristics of business. The first characteristics of business is economic activity. Business is considered to be an economic activity because it is undertaken with the objective of earning money or livelihood and not out of love, affection, sympathy or any other emotion. The next characteristics of business is production or procurement of goods and services. Business involves production or procurement of goods and services. Production of goods involves producing goods by business organization for sale. Procurement of goods involves procuring these from some sources for sale. For example, procuring goods by a retailer either from the producer or wholesaler. The next characteristics of business is sale or exchange of goods and services. Business involves transfer or exchange of goods and services for value. If goods are produced not for the purpose of sale but for personal consumption, it is not a business activity. For example, cooking food at home for personal consumption is not a business activity, but cooking food in restaurant for sale is a business activity. The next characteristics is dealings in goods and services on a regular basis. Business involves dealings in goods and services on a regular basis. A single dealing, even with profit, does not fall under business. For example, if a person sells his house and earns profit, it is not a business because it is not done on a regular basis. The next characteristics is profit earning. The basic objective of undertaking a business is to earn profit. No business can sustain for long if it does not make profit. That is why businessmen make all possible efforts to maximize profit by increasing the volume of sales or reducing cost. And the next one is uncertainty of return. Uncertainty of return refers to the lack of knowledge relating to the amount of money that the business is going to earn in a given period. Thus, a business may not earn desired profit or it may even sustain loss. The last characteristics of business is element of risk. Risk is caused by some unforeseen or unfavorable events like changes in consumer preference, changes in production methods, increased competition in the market, theft, natural calamities, etc. So these are the main characteristics of business. Children, let's conclude today's section by recollecting important concepts. At first we discussed about the term business. Business refers to those activities which are concerned with providing goods and services with the aim of earning profit. Then we discussed about economic activities. The human activities that are undertaken with an objective to earn money or livelihood are called economic activities. Whereas the activities are performed out of love, sympathy, sentiment, etc. are called non-economic activities. Then we also discussed the main characteristics of business. Children, I hope all of you understood the concept clearly. And please note that the related URLs, notes of the lesson and the test paper are also attached along with the class. Make use of these available materials. Study well and attend the test paper without fail. That's all for today. Thank you.